Okay. May 13th, 2025. Trade recap. This one is so many things. It's honestly hard to describe, so I'm gonna just talk about it first. As you guys might know, I'm deep in faith. I follow God. I'm a Christian, and a lot of nights I sit on my bed. I mean, I've been doing this for a year now. There's been so many nights where I didn't know what I wanted to do, and yet I still found so much passion in trading. And ultimately, trading is what brought me to God. So many nights where I sat on my bed and I prayed and I said, give me patience, give me strength, give me the ability to be humble in times where I trade, give me the ability to talk to you guys and spread the word of God and faith through YouTube, through social media, through whatever that be, through conversations that I have day to day. Give me the ability to do that and spread the word and save as many people as I possibly can. And I think today God answered my prayers for perseverance, for strength. But as some of you guys might know, He doesn't answer by just giving you strength. He gives you hurdles to overcome. He gives you moments in your life where you feel the lowest. And at that point, that is when you break out of that point and find your strength and the ability to move forward. That is what gives you perseverance. That is what gives you the answers. You know, God can't just give you strength, right? He can't just give you the ability to be humble. You have to earn that, right? You have to have things happen in your life, go through certain experiences to gain that, right? And today I was humbled. And today I was given an opportunity to either back down and quit or to persevere and find my strength and find lessons to learn within the market. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we can hop in the charts. I want to say a few verses first from the Bible. So, Matthew 7:7, um, ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and it will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and the one who knocks it will be open. Right, and this is something I've been asking for a very long time. And this isn't the first time I've been humble. This isn't the first time I was given moments to persevere through. I'm sure in the future I'll talk about my testimony. I'll start mentioning it and talking about it more. This is just one of those days that you'll see it in action, and I'm ever grateful that I have you guys and I can record my videos now that I can talk about this. So you guys can learn those experiences and you guys can find your own perseverance in moments in the market where you feel like you are lost, where you feel like you should give up, where you feel like you're done with this, right? If you truly have a passion in this, you will keep going. And this should be a reminder to you to keep going, right? Um, so I guess let's just hop in the markets and show you what I saw today. So here we have an absolute bull run, and obviously we're looking for longs here. So I think market opened up, yeah, right around down here. We took this low on market open, swept this liquidity, and just absolutely skyrocketed for the day. Now I want to mark out where my levels were and what I was targeting. So we have this was like a very optimistic level to target, but that was one of them that I marked out. And then the one I was looking for was right here, right? And there was also internal liquidity to sweep on these data highs over here. Mark that out. Actually, I think, no, sorry, excuse me. If you go to the 5 minute, you'll find the actual data highs right here, which is where the long that most people took today. But so I missed this long. I didn't like the way it's set up. We didn't really have a retrace. The only retrace we got is after we took that level. All things considered, we could have taken a long on this move up right here, target these levels, protected yourself down here, or even just right that low. Anywhere you really wanted to wouldn't be too bad because you have a fair value gap and an inverse protecting you and BPR here. But yeah, over here, and I mean, it wasn't in drawdown at all for that whole trade. Um, Another entry you could have had. So the issue that I had with today's market was there was no actual pullbacks into 5 minutes, right? Like even here, we didn't enter this 5 minute fair value gap. This was just an absolute ringer of a day. That being said, on the 5 minute, if I was watching the 5 minute, I could have taken along right here and targeted these highs, right? This bullish candle close, this engulfing candle. This is a pretty decent confidence for the fact that we're going to be taking these highs up here. Didn't take that. And I wanted to really see like a good retracement and a good entry, right? So this one, again, another pretty decent entry, but it was, yeah, bullish engulfing, like a pullback, but pulls back into nothing, right? Just a 1 minute candle that prints into nothing. Oh, I just went to ES back, so prints into absolute nothingness. So like I need more confidence. I want to full port these trades, right? I want a pretty decent entry to pass my accounts. This is what I'm looking for here. So again, this could have been an entry. You could have targeted any one of these highs or even up here. I didn't take that. What did I see when I was printing, when the market was printing? This right here. This was the entry that I want, right? We are close to these highs. We are now printing very confidently up here. This draw is the freest draw I've ever seen in the day, right? This was the easiest trade to take right here on this candle close or this candle close, any one of these. You aim for these highs, right? You have a pullback and then a pretty confident close on this candle. Gives you pretty good confidences and pretty good confidence that it'll hit this level up here, this key level, this draw liquidity. Hold on one moment. That's, but that, as I said, sorry. Excuse me. My mom. Anyway, so funny enough, while this is happening, and like I was saying in the beginning of this video, I prayed for strength, I prayed for perseverance, I prayed for a humbleness. And there are times in the market where you will not get your trades. And for the last week, I have not gotten my trades, right? I have not found a single trade to take, even though there's plenty of entries. I didn't take a single entry since last week, Wednesday, and it was break even. So I saw this printing and I go, this is beautiful. I'm going to full port this. I'm going to take this trade. This is an awesome entry. And my mom is on the phone with Verizon and the internet cuts out because she wants to reset the internet. So literally as this down candle is printing, this next one's about to print. I'm like, this is going to be a great entry. I have my market orders right here. I had it set on the side to market 25 units in for this long for 112 ticks, right? That would have passed my accounts. I'm sitting here ready to take this trade and the internet cuts out and it cuts out for 2 minutes. And when it cuts back in, we are now up here, right? Now I can't take this trade. If I target this level here, this is not a viable trade to take anymore. So I lose my trade. I lose the chance to trade. So what I could have done instead of forcing a trade here is got off the market or maybe waited a little bit longer to look for a better entry like one down here. But again, like I marked out before, we had these other 4-hour highs up here that I was fairly confident we were going to hit. But again, we were not close to it whatsoever at this point. So yeah, so we take this high out here, pull back a little bit. I don't think it's even pulled back into a 5-minute ST. Oh no, it did. Okay. No, actually, no. When I entered, it didn't even pull back into a 5-minute. So that's kind of the issue there. So what I should have waited for, like this whole day I was waiting for, was a pullback into a 5-minute fair value gap and a displacement upwards. That would have been the trade right there that I should have taken. But instead, what I did was I saw an inverse here and market pushes up here. This displacement candle. So we made an inverse fair value gap. I don't really trade inverses. That might be a small confluence that I enter off of, but it's mostly displacement fair value, or sorry, just displacement candles and fair value has to protect my levels, right? So we make an inverse. I enter off of this candle. And here's the funny part though. I don't take a trade unless we have draws, unless there's some in a target. The next draw on liquidity is up here. That's not a trade to take, right? This is not something you guys should be looking at and being like, oh, yeah, it was a good trade. It was a good. No, it's fucking awful. This was stupid. This was stupid. By all means, stupid. And that's why I'm resetting my 30-day trade challenge. So for anyone that follows me on Instagram, you already saw that I'm back at day 0. And that's fine, right? This is what kind of voids you from taking these dumbass trades, right? You have to do this stuff. When you are starting to trade, or even if you're a intermediate trader, even like at the top of the top, and you take the best trades every day, right? You're still gonna have days where you do this bullshit, right? Especially if you're a new trader. So when you see this happening, what I want you guys to do, please journal your trades. You don't have to make videos like I do, but journal your trades. Write them down, make a Google Doc, even on the market, just pull out your phone and take a video. I used to do this all the time on Snapchat. I pull out my phone and just record what I did and just talk through my trades, what I did right, what I did wrong, what I could do better for the future. That's what I'm doing with you guys right now. So here, what I'm saying is this was the dumbest shit I could have ever possibly taken. I think my stops were set right. Even this is just so stupid. But I had this as my break even. because that's the only thing I could possibly target is this high here. And then I ripped it up to, I think it was like 100 ticks or something. I ripped up like this, just to try to take some sort of trade when there's no liquidity there. There's no reason for the market to come to that point, right? At least like right now at this point. We also didn't sweep any liquidity down here. We didn't tap into a 5 minute where we've ripped this whole time. We are completely bought out. This is overextended as hell. I'm top banging this trade completely. And that's exactly what I did. And for that, I get liquidated instantly. Now, my instant reaction, I flipped the fuck out. Not really flipped the fuck out, but I got fairly mad at myself. And the only thing that saved me today was the fact that my trade syncer did not work correctly. So when I took this trade, it only synced me for one singular trade. So let me show you dashboard. I only got entered in for one of my trades, one of my 350K accounts. If that was not the case, I would have been down 1,500 on the day. I'm now only down 500. So there was a bit of a save there, but also it's not really working. Like last week, I took a trade and also only synced one account for break even. So I have to call them and figure this shit out. I got to figure this stuff out because this is kind of throwing me off. But regardless, all right, I got kind of saved here. Only one of my accounts kind of dipped down. In fact, since they were all a little off, they are now perfectly even for the most part. So 50, 59, 51, 1, 59, right? They're all like fairly even now. So if I were to take trades, they're pretty much synced up. So, not a bad thing. There's good things to see out of this, but like all things considered, this was a really bad trade to take. And in fact, if I waited a little bit longer and didn't take that bullshit, we had this beautiful tap into the 5 minute with a displacement here. You could have taken along here, stops here. And if you wanted to see another retest of this level, you could have done that too. You could have done it on this candle here, but I think this one was the better time to take this trade. Stops here, and you target, oopsie daisy. Okay, there you go. And you target either this high or again, like I was saying, the highs up here, which are very optimistic, but we're going for them. We're still going for them. And obviously it'd still be very deep into this trade, wouldn't have hit break even. But yeah, like I was saying, you'd probably stop out just here, or maybe have like some runners up to these certain levels, whatever you want to do. That would have been the best trade to take if you missed all the other ones, right? But I forced the trade out because I was missing out. Everyone else was posting in the Discord saying, I took this, I took that, I took this, I made this much money. My mentor took 3 trades already. He made a fuck ton of money, and I missed every single one, including the one where my internet cut out. So I was just a bad headspace. I was bad headspace and I took the wrong trade. But this is what you need to do. This needs to happen. This is the test, right? This is the test for you to keep trading. There's so many people I've traded before that have tried this shit. They've done it for a year plus and gave up because this shit happens here. And you just fuck up your head, right? The psychology is just damaging. And if you don't have the right headspace or the right mental to pull yourself out of those areas and find reasons to keep going and explain to yourself that this is just a learning lesson, this is just a bump in the road compared to where I'm going to go. And if you don't remind yourself why you started in the first place and what kept you here, right, then you are going to lose yourself in this journey. You're going to lose yourself. Everyone posts, and I said this on Instagram too, everyone posts the glory, making money, making so much money. They're taking good trades, missing out on the bad ones, or taking small position sizes on the bad ones and taking good trades and constantly being positive, constantly being in the green. You will lose trades. Whether that's for a good setup or a bad one, you will lose trades and you will beat yourself up for it. But are you going to be the person that pulls yourself out of that moment and keeps going? Or are you going to quit, right? What are you going to do? Who are you going to be, right? That's just completely your choice, right? This is just you in the market. And fuck the market, it's just you, right? The market moves with or without you. You are a retail trader. You are not a whale. You are not influencing the market the way you think you are, right? You are just following these trades and you're following price action as it goes. That is our job as retail traders. So it is literally just you. The market did nothing to you. The market did not purposely take you out and leave without you. That was you, right? That was you setting your positions. That was you setting your sizes. That was you setting your stop limit, take profit, everything, right? So when it comes to this, blame yourself for that and learn from that. That is the whole point of this. This is just one-on-one. This is just you and nothing else, right? No one else is influencing you. It's just you and your brain. So learn from it, all right? Same way I'm learning from it now. So I want to read you guys another verse from the Bible. Deuteronomy 8:2. We have, and you shall remember the whole way that the Lord your God has led you these 40 years in the wilderness, that he might humble you, testing you to know what was in your heart, whether you would keep his commandments or not, right? This is all it is a test. I have asked so many nights. I have cried over this stuff, over what I want to do in my life, what I want to do to influence other people, to spread the love of God, to save as many people as possible, what I want to do. And I keep telling God, this is what I want to do. And he says, prove it. Prove it. Go through the test of time. Walk through the wilderness. See what you find. This is what you'll find. Right? This is not all glory. This is what trading is. You know, you're gonna have these days. Will you persevere? Will you go through? Will you keep moving past this? That's up to you guys. I know my answer. I'm still here. I'm staying here for the long run. You guys are gonna see a lot more of me. All right, but it's up to you to figure out whether you want to keep doing this after this shit happens. Right? Learn from your mistakes the same way I'm gonna learn from mine. And I'll say to you right now, this will never happen again. This will never happen again where I FOMO and take a bad trade or take a bad entry where there's no draw and I'm going to enter just because I want to. Just because I want to, and I'm praying the price will go up. That is never going to happen again. And you will never see this happen again on this channel. If you do, I'll make another video just like this one before saying, I will keep learning. I will keep learning. I will keep moving. I'll keep making myself better day by day because it's all it is. Anyway, that's it for me today. I hope you guys, for anyone that was in the markets, made some money today. For ones that lost, I hope you're learning the same way I am. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm probably going to do Foundations Part 2 on liquidity, so you guys will see that up today. Thanks for coming. Have a good one, guys. God bless you all.